Patrick Swayze?
And he's old.
Yeah, but dude, that guy's dead.
Well, that's not exactly the laugh we were expecting. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 comedy films that are actually quite depressing. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be going over the comedy films that contain themes or scenes that are depressing or sad, rather than funny. We won't be including any animated films on our list, no matter how much Toy Story 3 makes us cry. As plot points and depressing moments go hand in hand, expect spoilers.
Again, I'm sorry if I caused you any trouble.
Oh, no, you didn't cause me any trouble. You got me home. And a little late. Couple days.
Number 10, The World's End.
I haven't had a drink for 16 years, Gary. You must be thirsty then.
The third installment in Edgar Wright's Luce Cornetto trilogy, The World's End, follows a group of friends who reunite in their hometown for a pub crawl, only to slowly discover an alien infiltration. While there's plenty of fun comedy and action to be had, the film also has some very real things to say about growing apart from friends, alcoholism, and the disappointment that often comes with growing up. Plus, the gang's attempts to save the world arguably serve to make things worse for most people.
That is the first time I've ever heard you admit being wrong.
I said I did something right. Yeah, for a change.
Number 9, In Bruges.
Not gonna risk having another little kid die, am I?
Writer, director Martin McDonagh isn't exactly known for upbeat material, and his film In Bruges is no exception. A pitch-black comedy about two hitmen hiding out in the titular city, the film sees the duo involved in a variety of hilarious and profane misadventures. But the reason for their stay is absolutely heartbreaking, as one of them, Ray, accidentally shot a child, leaving him feeling suicidal.
And the course that I put into action, the little boy isn't here anymore. He'll never be here again.
The bloody final confrontation with their high-strung boss has a rather high body count, ending the film on a real down note.
The little boy.
That's right, Ray. The little boy.
Number 8, Marley and Me.
Wow.
Ostensibly a funny family dog film about the titular dog and his owners John and Jenny, Marley and Me deals with some surprisingly sad emotional issues. John struggles with finding meaning in his work throughout the film, while he and Jenny also struggle with losing a child through miscarriage. Though they do have a boy, Jenny then suffers from postpartum depression. The biggest blow comes at the film's end though, when the aging Marley suffers several gastric attacks and is euthanized. Fun for the whole family, right?
Dog doesn't care if you're rich or poor, clever or dull, smart or dumb. Give him your heart, and he'll give you his.
Number 7, 50-50.
A tumor? Yes. Me? Yes.
This dramedy is about a man named Adam who discovers he has a malignant tumor on his spine, and while it is treatable, his odds of survival give the movie its title. The specter of death hangs over much of the film, particularly when one of his fellow cancer patients dies, providing one of the most sad and bleak moments. 50-50 also deals with the effects his illness has on his friends and family, depicting their varying reactions to it and how they treat Adam. Cancer seems like a premise doomed to be depressing, yet 50-50 still manages quite a few laughs.
Like, you're dying, dude. It makes it worse that no one will just say it.
Number 6, The Truman Show.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
A movie about the eponymous television show that follows one man's life in a completely controlled environment. The Truman Show is a heavily satirical look at reality TV taken to the nth degree. Truman's whole world starts to unravel as he begins to realize the circumstances he lives in.
Was nothing real?
You were real. It's what made you so good to watch.
While certain aspects of the plot are rather funny, such as the product placement and the fact that Truman has a catchphrase, what's been done to him is monstrous and horrifying to contemplate. The concept of no privacy and having your every decision influenced by someone else is one that stays with you, even after the credits roll.
It's okay, Truman. I understand. I have been watching you your whole life.
Number 5, Lars and the Real Girl.
Those are nice, huh? They're not real, so they last forever. Isn't that neat?
A recluse entering into a loving relationship with a real doll seems ripe for comedic possibilities, but while there's definitely some lighthearted fun to be had with Lars and the Real Girl, the film is primarily geared towards exploring its character, Lars's underlying mental illness, which causes his delusion, and the social phobias that he experiences, which are the result of his childhood experiences, are no laughing matter.
They don't care.
No, we all care. Lars, we do care.
No, you don't.
In addition, the death of Lars' real doll girlfriend Bianca manages to be surprisingly emotional for the death of an inanimate object.
And Bianca loved us all. Especially Lars.
Number 4, Little Miss Sunshine.
I'd like to dedicate this to my grandpa, who showed me these moves.
This brightly named film follows a dysfunctional family on a road trip to get their daughter to the fictional talent pageant that gives the movie its name. Despite the happy title and the sunny nature of the daughter, many of the family members struggle with the feelings of inadequacy and failure, with one recovering from a suicide attempt and another dying along the way.
Grandpa won't wake up.
Even the competition ends up something of a wash. However, the message of Little Miss Sunshine is one of persistence in the face of failure, rejection, or depression, which is ultimately uplifting.
A real loser is somebody that's so afraid of not winning, they don't even try.
Number 3, Young Adult.
You're Mavis Gary?
Mavis Gary Crane now.
When you hear Young Adult is about a YA novelist returning to her hometown to win back an old flame, you almost immediately assume that it's going to be a romantic comedy, right?
Buddy Slade and I are meant to be together. And I'm here to get him back.
The problem is that the heroine Mavis is an abrasive, emotionally stunted woman, likely suffering from mental illness, whose ex is a happily married new father.
Sometimes, in order to heal, a few people have to get hurt.
While Mavis's bad behavior can be funny, it's pretty clear that she's deeply unhappy and struggling to cope with depression, alcoholism, and the disappointments and traumas of her past.
Let's show him what he's been missing.
No, he's seen me recently, he knows.
Number 2, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Give it back! I can't! Why not?
Perhaps the definitive road comedy. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles sees two men thrown together on a series of desperate attempts to get home to Chicago for Thanksgiving. Neil is uptight while Dell is relentlessly outgoing, making for an entertaining odd couple.
I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me. Because I'm the real article.
Though all the crap they go through would be awful to experience in real life, what really hits us in the feels is the realization that Dell, who never shuts up about his wife, is a widower, and that his aggressive friendliness is only a desperate need for companionship to stave off his grief.
Love is not a big enough word. It's not a big enough word for how I feel about my wife. To the wives. To the wives!
Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
You treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win, no matter what the outcome.
Tell him, is it me or him?
Him.
What? Come on!
Number 1, Click.
I'm kidding you, I'll be there, okay?
All right, I love you, Michael.
Forever and ever, babe.
Adam Sandler has made a career out of juvenile comedy, but with Click, he went straight for our heartstrings. Following Michael Newman, a man granted a universal remote capable of affecting reality, Click features lots of funny antics that result from the device, but its more depressing consequences are shown too, as Michael skips through large portions of his life, missing out on the important things and becoming distant from his family before dying.
I didn't make 200, but I love you.
Though it all turns out to be a dream given to him by the angel of death, the experience is still shockingly affecting for Michael and the audience, who likely went into it expecting a much lighter affair.
Where am I? You're in Bed Bath & Beyond, sir.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.